Hi everyone! I can't believe we are already here and ready to talk spring. So just want to thank you all for coming. I really do appreciate everybody who's supported my business over the many years that I've been doing this and coming on an Easter long weekend. I really appreciate that. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Janice Yam and I am an Epicure Ambassador here in Edmonton. And I say ambassador because that's new. Epicure actually decided to change our, title from an Epicure Consultant to being an Epicure Ambassador. And at first I was kind of like, oh, not too sure what I think about that. But then I realized when I think about ambassadors, I always think of people who are doing things for the collective good, trying to do something good and that you can trust. And I really hope that's how you see me. I've been doing and sharing Epicure for 17 years, and I hope that you as my customers and those of you who are looking at me trust me to provide you with wholesome, rich ingredients that you can make amazing meals that are tasty and are healthy and they're fast and they taste good. That's the key. Taste really good. So hopefully you see me as your Epicure Ambassador, and I'm just really happy that you're here. The format, as always for my open houses, I'm going to come on every half hour. I did post the schedule so you kind of have a sneak peek as to what I'm going to be talking about. I'll come back every half an hour. If you're not able to stay with me for the whole night, I totally get that. It's a long weekend. I just think it's amazing that you're here, because it's beautiful outside. So thank you for joining me. My husband, Gord, is just over there keeping track on comments. We did sort of add a little one here for me to maybe see, and I just took a quick peek and I see that Maureen's on here, and Kim's on here, and Cheryl's on here already. So I like this. Technology's starting to work. It's only taken me about 3 years. So if you're new, or if you're even catching this on the replay, I would love to hear that you came by, especially if you're new. I think I've met a lot of people just recently in the last couple months that are relatively new to Epicure, but they're new to me. So I would love to know if you're here. Say hi. It'll be worth it. There's a little draw that happens at the end of this. So again, Gord is here. Make sure you say hi. If you have any questions, pop them in the comment section. He'll keep track on them and I'll try and answer them as I'm going along. But if by chance I miss it, I will answer it after. Like if you have a question when you're watching it on the replay, I'll make sure I answer that. So if you have seen, so we are talking the spring catalog. It actually technically launched on Tuesday. So for those of you who are on here, I'm just wondering if you've taken a peek or whether you were just waiting for me to show you what was new. But if you did take a peek, I'd love to hear what you're excited to try. Or even throughout the evening, if there's things that you see that you're excited to try, I'd love for you to make a little note to let me know which ones kind of tantalize your taste buds just thinking about them. So I'm excited. Every time a new catalog comes out, I know some favorites go away, but there's always something new to try. So let's go. Here's the spring book. So before I talk about the breakfast boost, what I'm going to do is talk about what has come back. So our spring catalog is all about barbecues and cooking out and getaways and not sort of being in your kitchen all the time cooking. So it's about how can we make your meals nutritious even though you want to be outside, even though you want those barbecues, even though you want those burgers that you can get through the drive-in. Well, I guess we don't really have drive-ins anymore, but like at the fast food places or like the Peter's drive-in that's just like a block away, those burgers and those shakes and their fries. So that's what this catalog is about. But the returning products that came back, which I'm super excited that they came back this catalog and didn't wait for 3 months, our meat rubs are back. So our Montreal steak, which is our family favorite, it goes on absolutely everything. And if you caught my post about making some soup earlier this week, we don't have a beef broth, but I actually used a little bit of this and a little bit of the beef and steak seasoning with our vegetable broth. Tasted amazing. So Montreal steak, way lower in salt than what's in the stores. Barbecue chicken and ribs is back. It's sort of like that sweet, smoky barbecue flavor. Yummy. And we have our salmon rub. it is back. So this flavor is, again, it's got kind of that paprika and sweetness, and it kind of caramelizes a little bit on your salmon. I don't eat a lot of fish, but I like this on my salmon. So those are the 3 rubs that came back. We have 3 glazes. So glazes, I always think of them more like marinades or that kind of thing. You're just gonna put it on your meat before you grill it, but you're gonna let it sit on there for a little bit longer. So we have our Oat Canada, which is a favorite for many. I know that a couple of you make it as a salad dressing using our honey mustard. It's kind of that sweet and maple flavor. And then we have Ballyglow. This is one of our favorites. It's kind of lemongrass and onions and garlic and yummy. And the teriyaki. Everybody likes teriyaki. Teriyaki is back as well. Love to hear which ones you're excited are back and which ones maybe you haven't even tried them all. You should try them all. And we have salad dressings, new salad dressings. So we always have our balsamic and our Greek and our Caesar. Those are sort of our mainstays. But in the summer, we brought back coleslaw. It's back. And our Southwest Ranch, which is a bit of a, when I had it at the open house here, it was a bit spicier. You can always just add a little bit extra sour cream or yogurt to make it a little bit milder. So it's kind of a spicy, spicy ranch. And then the last one is our creamy potato salad. And I will mention our coleslaw and our potato salad, well, any of our salad dressings, can be made creamy or made as a vinaigrette. So salads are back. So we got burgers, we got meats, glazes, salads, and then we got sauces for on your meats and things. Teppanyaki is back. I know that a number of you really, really like this. It's better than, I think it's, what's that sauce that they, it's the one you get in the restaurants, but this is homemade, so it tastes better and it's a lot healthier. So not too sure if anybody who's on here has tried that. Would love to hear from you. The shish kebab is back. It's a nice seasoning if you like shish kebab seasoning. I don't have any of it, but I have it on order, is the smoky barbecue sauce. It's applesauce and a little bit of ketchup with the seasoning, and you cook it up on the stove, and it's like the best barbecue sauce ever, and it goes away. So I stocked up like crazy, and I used the last half package, because I split it in half package on my meat like meat loaf I just did. So don't have any more of that. And honey mustard, I have it on order. I don't have any of it either to show you, but those are the sauces. So Epicure does amazing. Those are what's back. So let's get on to the breakfast boost. So everybody knows breakfast is important. It breaks that fast. So when you've been sleeping through, and whether, I know there's lots of people who might be doing intermittent, whether you do it a little bit later when you get up, it's just really important to get good nutrition when you decide to start eating. And so we have introduced, it was actually a host special last month, so some people already have tried it, but it's the Salted Caramel Protein Powder. It's called Power Up. And the reason why they say Power Up, I think, is pretty cool. It's protein, and that's what you need to assist the building of your muscles and all that kind of stuff. 20 grams of protein in it. Probiotics. There's like 1 billion live, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, cultures per serving, and that helps with your digestion. And then it's also got potassium in here. So my understanding is 1 scoop of this is like the equivalent of 2.5 bananas. And potassium is really good for your heart. So we are going to make something with the Salted Caramel Protein Mix. Normally, if you're on the run and you just want a quick thing, cup and a half of water or milk of your choice, scoop of the protein, shake it on up, drink it, away you go. You got a lovely salted caramel drink. You could make it up with some bananas in a smoothie, but I say we're going to make, when I think about mornings, and I think about you who are watching, there's probably lots of you who like coffee. I personally don't like coffee, but I do like ice caps, which is a really bad habit of mine, which I've slowly reduced. And maybe, this is maybe my first time trying this, I'm going to try this. So it's going to be called a Salted Caramel Mocha, and I will post the recipe to this tonight later on, but I'm just going to make it up in my blender. So I'm going to pull the recipe over for me. Basically, it's a 1/2 cup of coffee. Does anybody here like mochas? I would love to hear if you like mochas. So I just brewed up, I have like one of those little I don't even know what they're called. That's how coffee I am. I have it for like my sister or guests that come over where you put the little pot in. So I made up a little coffee. So it's a half a cup of coffee. I'm just going to put that in my little Vitamix. And a half a cup of your choice of milk. We're just using regular milk, 2%. I will mention, if you are new and you haven't seen our prep bowls, I love these. They come in a set of 4. They were on sale last month, so I don't know if they're on their way out, but if they are, grab them. They're awesome. They come with little silicone lids, but they have measurements on the side. So I didn't have to measure out my milk and put it in here. It has the 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, 3/4 cups, and a cup. So it is a measuring cup and a storage device. So there we go. Half a cup of milk, half a cup of coffee. Smells kind of like an ice cap. It suggests putting a small frozen banana. So I don't know whether you guys have seen it, but President's Choice or Superstore, I'm sure maybe it's all over the place, they actually sell frozen banana. So if you don't have any banana, I like to keep one of those bags just in case. I don't have bananas that are getting a little bit ripe and I can throw them in the freezer. You got it already built in. So we're going to throw a half cup of, well, not a half cup, kind of like I did about 3/4. It felt like what might be a little small banana. We're just estimating. And what else did it say? Dates. Who here likes dates? My husband doesn't, but I really like dates. And when I was down in Palm Springs, dates stuffed with nuts are like candy to me now. So they're a great sweetener. We use them in our smoothies in the morning. But this one calls for 2, obviously pitted. I will take the pit out because you won't want that in there. So we're going to put 2 pits. It says to chop them, but I have a Vitamix blender and it chops them all for me. I'm not doing extra work. We're going to throw that in. Oh, Gord says there's a question, and I can see it here. So, Kim, do all the prep bowls come with lids? I have the medium ones, but no lids. I don't think I have them. Yes, so this is the set of 4, and they all come with the 4 lids. And then the 4-cup prep bowl also comes with a lid, and that's sort of that larger bowl. So, not too sure which ones you have that might not have a lid, but might not be Epicure maybe? Not too sure. So the dates, that's the sweetener that we're going to put in here. I'm just going down the recipe. 2 dates, small banana, 1/2 cup coffee, 1/2 cup milk, and the protein mix. And if you guys could smell it, it's like nice and sweet, and it's good for you, which is lovely. I'm going to put a scoop in there. The scoop comes with it. Seal that back up. I'm going to put that over there. And then it suggests, and this would be the mocha part, is throwing in 2 teaspoons of cocoa. This is our favorite little tool. This is our 4-in-1 spice spoon. If you're looking for like a little small gift or even just for yourself, it's awesome. It's a tablespoon, a teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, and a 1/4 teaspoon, all in one inexpensive little utensil. And it cleans up really easy. So 2 teaspoons of cocoa. I should also just mention, so what else can you do with the protein? You can throw it in your overnight oats. You could make a breakfast bowl. There's a recipe online for a breakfast bowl. You could do that. I did try earlier this week trying to make crepes because I saw a recipe where you could do a crepe using protein powder and just egg whites. And so what I did was I added just a little bit more milk to it, made it a little bit thinner just to make a little crepe, and it's all protein, which I think is kind of cool. So we made crepes. What else could you do? You could do a whole bunch of different things, and it's got protein in it, and it's got probiotics in it, and it's got the potassium in it. So you're boosting your breakfast, which I think is pretty cool. So there's all the ingredients in there, and then it suggests about a cup of ice. So I'm just going to use this to see what a cup would be. Maybe one more. I like things really icy. And I don't know whether I should blend this or not. We're going to start it and see if it's too loud. I think. I'm going to just see. Tell me if this is too loud. You guys can comment. That's too loud. So I will blend it after and take a picture because it's way too loud. But if you've been saying hi, I hope you've been saying hi throughout the evening. I'm going to have my husband pop up, and here's the fun part, is I like to do draws. So unfortunately, I'm not going to give this away because it's a $60 bag of protein powder because it's got 30 servings. I'm not giving that as the draw, but what I am going to do is, I think, because everybody kind of does rubs, I'm going to do either a draw for, and you can have your pick, the Bally Glow, which I think is really fun, or the teriyaki. So you guys can take your pick, whoever wins the draw. So I'm going to call my husband up here, and he can spin the magic wheel. Thanks again so much for coming. So here he comes. Oh, yes, here he comes.
Hi everybody. So we've got a few names in here. So let's see who is going to win. Sorry, new technology here.
iPad was dead.
Here we go. Cheryl.
Cheryl, awesome. So Cheryl, you can just either comment here or send me a message and let me know which you would prefer to try, the Bally Glow, which again is kind of that lemongrass and garlicky flavor, or the teriyaki, which is more your traditional teriyaki flavor. So thank you so much. It is 7:15. I'm going to come back here at 7:30. What are we doing? We are doing summer sips. So I hope you'll join me. Not going to do one of the traditional, what you might think if you saw what they are. I did see some names pop up. Really, again, so thankful that you're here. If you're catching this on the replay, thanks again for being here. If you want to try these things in person, my open house in person is on not October. That's a long ways away. April 22nd. So hopefully you guys can join me for that. But I'm going to sign off, quickly clear off my table, and I'll see you back here at 7:30. See you later. Bye.